Hello, here is AlexM.Lok and this is the HardHarp, the video blog about harp techniques, musical background and my own experience. Today we talk about Nocturne in E major by Mikhail Glinka. This Nocturne is written in 1828, so the composer was 24 years old. And in this period of time he was writing a lot for the harp, Mozart magic flute for harp and piano variations of harp or piano. And the Swiss family, which didn't survive till now, and this Nocturne. So before he was writing variations, adaptations, but never an original instrumental compositions for harp or piano. The background of this composition is very interesting because since So I'm sorry, I need to kill one person and then I will come back and we can discuss Nocturne by Glinka. Thank you. Good, okay, we can continue. And this is not only the Nocturne but also in a way a barcarolle. When you're playing this piece, also keep in mind that in the same time Chopin is also writing his Nocturne and also in E flat major, so you can compare them and see how Glinka works with the same idea, how he adds the barcarolle here and well, just using different types of melodical structure, but still having basically the same idea as Chopin. On the first two pages we can see several important words: amoroso, espressivo, animato, dolce and risoluto. This is not only the beautiful words, but also they have their own meaning. When we see the structure, we see that the first four bars is amoroso, and then we basically repeat almost the same but in espressivo. And that should be totally different. When we just start, we can do a very soft sound without going anywhere. And espressivo we go. We go even more. We go more, and then it's dolce, so we come to the dolce. Yeah, so it's totally different type of music, and of course, risoluto will be. Read your music and check all the words. This is not only about the Glinka, it's about every composition, because composers are spending their time to write something because they feel so. They want to give that from 1828 to 2020. So they want to make this bridge to you and to explain what they feel right now writing this music, and without learning about every word, about every sign in the music, we cannot actually understand what Mikhail Glinka wanted to share with eternity. Another important part of the structure is the bows, so the liga. We have very different types, the short, long, phrasing, or just connecting two notes. So let's talk about that a little bit more precise. So we start with the first note. And first note has nothing to do with the second one because it's in the air. We still don't know what will happen. You see, there is nothing around. It's just a note. And then it starts all together here. And that's one lead. And then another one. Then another. And another. So you see that this is all very small parts, and when you learn it, just learn in that small boxes. It will be much more understandable for you, much easy to remember, and better for the public, for their understanding. This part, the fourth bar, could be also non-legato, because it's written non-legato, and for pianists it's obvious. For harp we don't have this kind of, we don't need to muffle, of course, that, but we can just make it separately. Okay, then about the left hand. So left hand has that the first notes, which are very important. And it's easy when we play here because it's nothing difficult. But when we come to espressivo, note 5, we go to the low note, and if we keep them all, it will be sounding in the end like this. So we should try to muffle it. It will take a little time to get used to that, but when you go to that note, it's better to muffle, and we learn that easily. Just if you want to fa, or F, yeah, so you go from last G to F, and then you come back, yeah, so you can repeat that several times. As always, we always concentrate on very small details, so G, F, F, and G, F, F, and that sorry, F, yeah, and how we learn it basically. Then never forget about the left hand and this very nice bass line. It's very important for that music. Okay, so we played that espressivo, and then we have the first long phrase from here. You see, there's almost 2 bars under one vowel. And then we have animato, and we go further. Basically, everything is the same, just we still have the left hand muffling. Interesting thing that when we go up, yeah, we need to muffle the low note, but when we go down, it's not so necessary. Another non-legato here is at the end of the first page, this. And there's different ways to play that, different fingering, but I would prefer just to play that separately and learn that just jumping to the next very fast. You play one, you just go to the next one, and then immediately to the next one. You prepare and play, then and again and again and again. When I was young, my mother always told me life is like a box of chocolate. No, it's not from here. She always told me, when you cannot play something technically in the tempo, just presume that you are playing with such a lot of musicality, with so much feeling, that you are making that slower. And you can do that here also. So you see, you go da, 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 da. Of course, you will need to recover the tempo, but you can make it like with a lot of feeling, and then it will be easier for you to play. And you can use this kind of effect many times in this piece, but not all the time, of course. Then we have the dolce, so don't really try to push here. because this is the beginning of the phrase. You see, so we do and then we are not like going the da 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 da, but we da da and that two. Of course, we need to muffle. And another thing too, for people to think about, it could be also in many places. In many places, if you see the pianist, he will play that. Of course, he will make the arpeggio, but he will play. He will play the octave in left hand secco, and that actually what makes sense. And I strongly recommend to keep that effect, because it's not just like a normal arpeggio. It has some new way, new interpretation. Then of course risoluto should be strong. This, you see, before on the last page we had non-legato, and here it's staccato. So that what would be here. 3, 4. Muffling is very important. I always tell that if you see the pause break in the music, you muffle. It's the same for all the instruments, and why the harp should be different. Then of course it's very nice. You can take that in the left hand, that will be much easier. Secco and staccato, of course. Turning the pages. And on the next page we have immediately Con Melancholia, and this is the place where you can really show that there is something inside. You see several things which I do here. First of all, it's not staccato, it's again non-legato. You can play that together, or you can play that with one finger, but not muffling every single string, yeah? So just open your hand, and you see what I do with the left hand. When I play that, I muffle everything what was down from the chord, so I don't have this G and B sounding. And then on the E, actually, it's nothing. It's nothing. It should be just gone. And then we have this wonderful go to left. Again, G, F sharp, go to the left. Very short, don't make that too long. I don't know why pianists sometimes play that staccato. I think it's still in that melancholia. And then we have agitato and the troubles with the tempo. I don't know, in my version, and I couldn't find another version, I have this problem that there is now 2 quarters instead of 4. But I think there's just a mistake, because normally, instead of quarter pose, they were writing just reverse 8th pose, and maybe, well, the publisher were not so concentrated. And Vera Dulova was playing that with a lot of rubato in the beginning, so starting. You can also do that, because of course, obviously, we need here accelerando. Otherwise, if we play that in the same tempo, it will be very, very long, and sometimes I think that he was just trying to put other speed here. Maybe that was planned as a 2 quarters, and that was the very fast 1, 2. I couldn't find that in all the literature I was looking, so you can decide. But I would prefer that we can do just little by little agitato. Of course, it's very important to play. You see what I do? I always come back from that note. I leave it and I come back to muffle the lowest note. So when you muffle, this note get attention. So this ping pong is very obvious. And then of course we need to take care about the dynamic. There's a forte, then immediately piano, and then again amoroso. I don't know why it's here. Maybe we need a little bit more, even again ritenuto here. So after that agitato we come. Yes, actually we can use amoroso to change the tempo, and that will be totally alright. And then after all of these things, there is very special thing which I can just share with you this idea, and you can decide for yourself, do you like it or not? Because I see here that in the 4 bars for the end of this page, we have this structures, but it's made like from the first note, which is not on beat. I would suggest that in last 2 bars we just move a little bit the accents, and we start after this bar. You see? We are not playing pa 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 pa. It's also very actually stupid. But the and then it's very easy to do that in some, okay, not in some, many times in the romantic music I do the bass before. First of all, it's interesting on the harp because you see that the note has this kind of structure like this, so then it's coming a little bit later, and the bass note, it has even slower attacca, and so that's very easy to work. Yeah, and you see here, instead of amoroso, which we had in the beginning of the page, we have immediately espressivo, so we go immediately to that. I remind you that we have sing with your music. That will be much easier because of course you need the air, and when you take the air, that's exactly those phrases, and here are very short phrases, so that's very important. Then we have reprisa, which basically almost the same thing. Just also we have this non-legato, and this non-legato is very important because it's the difference. We are like going out from what we had before, and so make sure that that you make that very beautiful and clear. And then we keep piano and pianissimo, and you see we start here. We can I add small Vorschlag to show that we go up and even less. You see what he's doing here. Why do you think there is the bound between E and A? Because he wants this E more. very fast diminuendo on this passage up, and then the harmonics, and of course that all breaks like so we are like we don't know where we go, and then we stay after that chord, and suddenly we are back to risoluto, and this time it's also con forza, so we sorry yeah, also secco, where is secco is secco, and of course you can make that as a cadenza. There is no diminuendo here, but I assume that should be diminuendo. And finally, we come to the last part. Here we see we have the diapapo. So here each hand should do their own business. So left hand does it's like a cello, and the right hand is doing the, and it's very important to learn these hands separately, so after that you can concentrate on both of hands. From this line we have almost the last word, so last two words. We have morendo and then a piacere in the end. So we are like dying. I double dare you, please, every time I hear no, it's we had I explained so long because I really need you to feel that. We did a here. 1, 2. So, to summarize what we had, first of all, we are learning here how to work with different words which are explaining our mood. Second, we learn how to work with the very short phrases, with the longer phrases, with the vowels, and how to hear what we are doing. Third, we are learning how to work with different levels of melody, with the bass melody and with the main melody. We learn here how to be musical and how through this very fragile and nice, very sweet music to explain our feelings, because it's much easier to do that here than in Debussy or Britten or any other composers, because here it's very obvious. It's a nocturne, it's a love song, it's a song to that harpist he met when he was 18, and he had so many emotions from that meeting. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the name of that harpist, but it doesn't matter. We all have in our life somebody to love. So if you are playing this nocturne, just think about that person and think that you are playing this nocturne especially for that person, and that will be easier for you to make all those emotions. And never start playing that at tempo before you work on the all technical things. There is not so many. There is just several difficult places which you can play before you start actually playing the piece. And every day when you start, play first the difficulties and then start playing the piece to find your musical or just to enjoy the piece. That's basically it. I hope you enjoy that, and subscribe for my Patreon, because this is the platform which keeps me on the flow, gives me time and motivation to make this video and explain you more about how to work with the instrument. Have a nice day and see you soon.